Today we're back inside of the App Store taking a look at what Apple believes that I'm gonna like as far as mobile games. This can go for either Android or Apple, but I wanna take a look at these suggestions and let you know if they're worth our time or if we should stay away. To do this, I'm gonna be dropping them on a tier list after we take a peek at what the game is all about. So let's dive in to a good handful of what Apple thinks we'll like. First is Zombotron Reboot, and I can't stand when games are in the App Store without some type of a video so we can see what it looks like. From the images, it looks like some type of a platformer style game that looks a little bit clunky. Look how that character's about to fall off the edge. I don't know, this one seems a little bit ghetto if you ask me, but with that being said, I guess we can't really tell without actually giving it a try or seeing some video. So we have to go ahead and give this one a C on the tier list. Wing Fighter. This one right here is one of those old school style playing games where you need to get boosters, take down enemies in front of you, and I love how there are big bosses inside of this one. These games are always a lot of fun. They bring us back to the olden days when we used to game on Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo. So with this being said, this would be something that I would personally be interested in playing, something that I would take the time to download and give a shot to. So we have to give this one an A on the tier list. And right here we have Pixel Hunter Idol. What we're looking at right here is one of those bullet hell survival style games. There are a lot of games like this out, a lot of competition, and a lot of them are good. So this one right here is another rendition of the same, which is really a popular game genre right now. You gotta go with something really good in this genre because there's so many options. With this being said, it looks like it is good. A lot of different abilities that you can upgrade to give you different weapons that are stronger and stronger over time. Definitely worth the time taking a look at. We'll give it an A on the tier list. Born Again Online, an old school style hack and slash action RPG MMO game. This looks actually pretty awesome. Brings you back to the old school days of Zelda, but in an MMO kind of world, a world where everyone can play together. This one's actually quite interesting. If you're someone that likes games that are really not focused on graphics, but more on the experience, this looks like something actually fairly epic. Reminds me of a mixture of something like RuneScape and Zelda combined, and I'm talking about the old Zelda. This one's a win. I'm giving it an S tier on the list. Plute Arena. This is an arena style battler where you get to play with friends and basically roll these ball style enemies around to fight it out. You're a marble wearing some type of a different helmet, all with different abilities. The game is different and it actually looks really cool. I like the idea. You're able to customize and evolve your characters as you go. And to be honest, this one looks pretty epic. It's a different take on a genre that we've seen before. And as you can see, you have all different helmets, or as they say, masks, that can allow you to have different types of attacks. This one I'm a fan of. I actually think it's really cool, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it an A on the tier list. The Queen Gambit Chess. A chess style game. Now, I do like chess. I bet you didn't know that. I'm a big chess guy. Or I used to be. It looks like there's like alcoholic beverages and pills though on the chess board, at least in that image there was. I'm always up for a new style chess game, a new take on something that's been around for a long time. Really solid stuff here. We'll give this one, just because it looks sweet, we're gonna give it a B on the tier list. Next up, we have Bug Snacks. And inside of this game, you're gonna basically be going fishing, utilizing this tool to try and catch yourself some bugs. So bug fishing or bug trapping, because they're your snacks. Definitely a different type of game with a different look than we've seen before. And this one right here definitely has the cute art styles and has some nice creativity to the game, but I just don't know how much depth is inside of it. It's a good idea, definitely something new and fun, which I can respect, but we gotta give it a B tier to start things out. Rider Worlds is up next, and it looks like one of those car games where you have to go on these very basic tracks that have very non-basic shapes. Looks like a fun game. One of those types of games that kids could play for a really long time that possibly is spammed with ads as well. This one does look really cool though. I like how there's different treacherous things that you need to get through. And it's nice with the little cyberpunk style look that the game has here. It looks like Excite Bike with a bunch of things in the way that could hurt you. I like this though right here where you get that speed boost and keep yourself going. Looks like a time killer right here. We'll give it a C tier on the list. Now, Vacx is very simplistic looking. It's a chess style game with a very different vibe. It's basically a new game that you could think of as a chess-like strategy game. I like the idea here. There's definitely gonna be a big learning curve, so you could learn the game and the intricacies of it so you could be successful. But to be honest, I really do like that element of it. It's nice that something is coming here that's brand new, that takes some actual learning and some time and strategy. We'll give this one a B on the tier list. Oh yeah, Wreckfest right now. If you're looking for a car racing game where you're just gonna be trashing things, Wreckfest is definitely a fun one. I'm not a big car guy, and I'm not a big car demolition type guy. So personally, I really wouldn't want to play this one, but I know that a lot of you guys probably are into that kind of thing. This is one that's probably a better demolition style game out there. With that being said, it does have a price tag of $2.99, so to get yourself playing, you're gonna have to shell out a few bucks, but it's only a few, probably worth it. The graphics are cool if you're into these racing style battlers. I think we'll go ahead and give this one an A on the tier list. Magic versus Metal, a vertical strategy style game where it's people or wizardry versus mechs. Really cool looking game right here. I like how you have to do something different. It's definitely a little bit of a lower budget style game, at least that's what it looks like to me. But with that being said, it also does look fun. You have some big battles that have a whole bunch of your magic versus one or two big mechs. Definitely is something different to the scene that we haven't seen before. And I maybe take back the budget look, actually. It actually looks kind of cool. And it can be flipped from vertical to horizontal. That's a win. Actually, let's bump this one up. We're gonna give this one an A in the tier list. Sword Chronicles Awaken. It looks like we're looking at an action RPG style game here, which if they know me and my download history, well, they would be right, but is it though? Or are we looking at something more like a card style game? I think we need to do a little bit more research here on this one. It's actually a turn-based strategy style game. Had a little disguise there at first. Obviously, we're unlocking new heroes. You take them in the battle, rank them up like we know from our turn-based strategy games. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, I have another YouTube channel just for Raid Shadow Legends. And you know what? The game is actually fun as hell. It's called Echo Raid Shadow Legends. And I ask you, if you're interested, you're into that game or that kind of thing, go check it out. Bot World Adventure. This one's cool. Definitely an open world experience with a really cute looking character. So it's a child friendly open world style game. We have different battles, different exploration. I like this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one on the tier list. We'll give it an A. Soul Knight Prequel. Now, did you play the original Soul Knight? If not, you should. And if you did, you should play this one. Super great game. It has a lot of tradition and it's just been around forever. It's one that you gotta play. This one is obviously the newest rendition of it. I'm going ahead and right away, it's gonna be an S on the tier list. Soul Knight is always awesome. It's just known on mobile and it's a great game. Abyss Roguelike ARPG. Now you got me on the name. ARPG, you know I'm happy and I love it. Now, I do like particular action RPGs, but I will always entertain the genre. I think it's a fantastic genre. I love how it plays out, and I like how you could grind, battle, upgrade, and just progress throughout these types of games. I don't think this is going to be the best one out of all the options that we have. I think this one's going to be okay, but if you like action RPGs, like I do, and you want to check out something new, then maybe this will be one that you take a peek at, because it looks pretty good. Good enough to give a B on the tier list. Myth Gods of Asgard. This one here, and I mentioned it in a previous video actually, reminds me of something out of the Marvel Universe in an action RPG style combat game. Now, it is not Marvel themed, but it surely does look similar. So if you're into that kind of thing, you like action RPG battlers, this one could be fun. I'm willing to go ahead and give this one a B on the tier list as well. I don't think it's gonna be groundbreaking, but I do think you're gonna enjoy it. And next we have Lost in Play. This is a puzzle style adventure game where you go out with your sister and you're trying to solve some puzzles, do some adventures, do some exploration. A really nice looking game with a very atmospheric feel. And if you like puzzle games, it's a must play. If you don't like puzzle games like me, you're not gonna wanna play this one, but let me take myself out of my shoes and assume that we like atmospheric puzzle games. If that's the case, this one right here is an S tier must play game. 8-Ball Pool. I feel like this game has been around forever. It's fun, it's pool, but not really pool, because is it really pool if you don't actually have the stick in your hand? It's cool though how you compete with others, and that's what really makes this one stand out. It's okay, the graphics are cool, the competition is better. We're gonna give this one in case you like pool, a B tier. I put out videos every single day giving you the best mobile games that you could try, even some games that aren't mobile. And if you like that kind of thing and you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing so you keep up on what's hot.